I are at the Battle of Tippecanoe battlefield, November 7th, 1811, visiting the battle site where Tecumseh and the Prophet tried to protect their village of Prophetstown from the Union soldiers and William Henry Harrison. They lost the battle. This is the monument to the Union soldiers that died in the battle. There is no monument for the Native Americans that fought to keep their own home. This is the stone commemorating the spot where Colonel Abram Owen was killed. He was the highest ranking officer of the Union Army killed at this point. This is the actual site of the battle. Big area. Quite a monument for troops that didn't belong here in the first place. It can be seen, but it says American forces, men engaged with General William Henry Harrison commanding, attacked at 4 o'clock a.m. Indian forces led by Prophet. Number engaged about the same as Americans. Loss of Americans, 37 killed, 151 wounded. Indian losses unknown. Natural history books, that's a lie. There was actually almost 1,000 American forces here, and there was only less than 150 Native American forces fighting them, and it was the Indians that attacked first. After Tecumseh was killed later on, up around Detroit, William Henry Harrison decided to have his body cut into pieces so that the Native Americans couldn't honor the dead, and it was a disgrace to him to do that to his body. And his brother, the Prophet, said that, told William Henry Harrison that he would be cursed and he would never become a great man. Well, after William Henry Harrison was elected president, he got pneumonia and died after only 1 month in office. So that prediction came true. So the Prophet was correct. Okay, it was down this river, or creek. Is it a creek or a river?
I think it's a river.
That the Native American canoes came up, pulled their canoes up along the shore here, and snuck up the hill to attack the troops that were camped up on the bluff at about 4 in the morning. There was no bridge and no picnic tables here back in 1811. I don't think this river was running as fast then, or they wouldn't have had the battle. Because they came from that direction. Might have been a little tough. Looks like they had a lot of rain here because it's definitely running pretty heavy today.
Jump in to see how the undertow is.
I've got the camera, you jump in.
I have the camera bag. Harrisonville Cemetery. The first burial in the Harrisonville Cemetery was Robert Archibald on November 22nd, 1838, age 66, born in 1762. The final burial was Mary Ann Phillips on January 31st, 1874, age 85, born 1789. It appears the headstones were removed from their original plot sometime around 1875 when the Methodist Church developed the grounds as a campground. Descendants of these settlers have remained as these family names can be found of residents in Battleground in Tippecanoe.
This is a chapel and schoolhouse building from the 1860s, which was used for prayer as well as for teaching the local Native American children that were still here Christianity. It's one of the schoolhouses where the kids were forced to go to cut their hair and become assimilated into the white man's world. This battle took place, as most history books will say, to further the Union and the white settlers across the United States. It's unfortunate that they continue to build these monuments for the fallen Union soldiers and everything, which I guess they do deserve a monument and everything. However, The monument that the Indians were building in Prophetstown was a community and a civilization that they could strive and prosper from and actually trade with the white settlers. But the Union soldiers and the United States government felt it better to burn them out, and that's basically what happened after the Native American defeat here at the Battle of Tippecanoe. William Henry Harrison's soldiers went into Prophetstown and drove the Indians out and burned it to the ground. Pretty much ended the Indian Wars here in the state of Indiana. It's amazing how they build these memorials to all of these Union soldiers, and then they take the Indian names and use them for the names of their towns and their streets and their high schools and their mascots for their high schools. I don't think it pays real honor to the true Native Americans and the true American warriors that also died for their country and died for their land.